Well, he's been voted the worst president since World War II in a new poll, and his approval ratings continue to fall.
President Obama beating out George W. Bush and Richard Nixon.
Wow.
Here to weigh in, Fox News contributor Lieutenant Colonel Alan West. How you doing this morning?
Nice. Good, and happy Independence Day, guys.
Now, this is interesting. I mean, Carter now is beating someone. I mean, that's a shock to me. Are you shocked by this poll?
Well, I think that Jimmy Carter is definitely raising the roof down there in Georgia. But I think right now people are looking at things that are currently happening, and that's why they're maybe not thinking so much about Carter, even though Ronald Reagan was still rated one of the best presidents since World War II.
So history always kind of looks more favorably on presidents. You get out of office a little bit, rose-colored glasses, you kind of look back and maybe you raise their approval ratings. Right now, what's unfolding, look at what's happening at the border right now.
Yeah.
I mean, this is an absolute mess. The president going to Democratic fundraisers instead of going down to the border. To be fair, it's not just his fault. Both parties have been to blame for this immigration problem. President Bush bravely tried to push through immigration reform. Republicans in his own party blocked it. So what can happen here is these current events leading Americans to feel this way about their president and their nation right now.
Well, I think that a lot of Americans don't see themselves as being the priority for the president and for a lot of people up on Capitol Hill. When you have wages that are being depressed, when you have people that are not on full-time, they're getting pushed to part-time, they can't afford to put gasoline in a car, they can't afford to, you know, how many people will be able to afford the rack of ribs that you have out there today because of food commodity prices? But yet they're being told that they need to make way for people coming here illegally, and they're going to have to subsume that cost. You think about school districts, because Arne Duncan and Eric Holder are saying they're going to prosecute any superintendent or school district that does not allow illegal immigrant children to come in. So who's picking up that tab for the schooling and the education? So all of these things are really pressuring the American people at a time when economically, energy, and even national security, they feel very threatened.
Yeah, also we have a really shocking story in Florida. A candidate who's running for Congress down there in that district, running against a 20-term incumbent Democrat. Now, this is a black Republican.
Yes.
And she had some campaign signs vandalized. She had white face drawn there, which is absolutely shocking. Now, as a black Republican yourself, how does that make you feel emotionally? Does this make you angry, or does this make you just sad?
Well, you know, this is how it is out there in the world of politics, where there's a hypocrisy. If you're a black Republican, it's like it's open season. I know Glo Smith. I mean, she's a great young lady. She has an incredible story. She was brought up in that neighborhood, came from a single-parent home, and that's the type of message that we should embrace. When you think about Booker T. Washington's message at the turn of the century about education, entrepreneurship, and self-reliance, those are black conservative values. And I would tell you that when you look at post the Great Society programs of Lyndon Johnson, we've seen the black community absolutely get, you know, decimated.
Right.
The black family, only 28% of their children have mothers and fathers in the home. So for you to talk about conservative values, that really is the heart and core of the black community, but it's very threatening to the other side.
Black youth unemployment, one of the highest numbers.
40%.
40% in this country right now.
Yeah.
40%. Lieutenant Colonel Alan West, happy 4th of July to you. Great seeing you this morning.
Have a great Independence Day. Take care, guys.
Thank you.